Yes.
Okay, it's 7:03 on August 7th, 2025. This is Ryan Ehrenhaus, the chair of the Historic District Commission for Stratford, calling the meeting to order. We have an agenda tonight looking at a couple of certificate of appropriateness applications, one for 2288 Elm Street, the other for 29 Lockwood Avenue. I would take a motion to open up the public comment period.
So moved.
All right, so a motion from
Second.
seconded. All those in favor say aye or raise your
Aye.
hand.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Aye.
The public comment period is opened. We'll start with taking anybody who wants to speak on behalf of the application for 2288 Elm Street. This is a window replacement application.
Did you send those materials to us
Yes, you should have them, Tony. They were
from Ryan Ehrenhaus, or who are they from?
they would either be from our Ehrenhaus or from HDC Ehrenhaus. These are things that were sent out from previous meetings.
Yeah, I can't find it. So I mean, how do I find it? It's always so difficult to find stuff. Okay. Well, I'll search all my email addresses for
If
you.
you search for 2288, you should be able to find it that way.
I think we've got 2211 is the correct address, isn't it?
It's a different application.
Okay.
Yeah, I found it March 5th, 2025. Thanks. That's the one.
Yes.
Okay. So it was sent out 5 months ago. Okay.
So is there I think we have somebody, one of the homeowners on who maybe
I
can,
have no desire to speak. I'm here at your insistence, so go ahead.
okay. So we have an application for new windows that was submitted following the installation of windows. And commissioners had some questions for you about the installation or before we could move forward with approving or not approving the application. If you could tell us a little bit about what is there a reason why the work was done on the house before installing the windows,
It was
or
an oversight.
before getting an approval from the town?
It was an oversight.
What was the original material for the windows that were installed or that were in place?
As I told you previously during our in-person conversation and then followed by a number of emails, I don't know very much about windows. So any technical questions that you have for me would have to be given to me prior to this meeting. I don't know what the materials were. If you would like to know that, please write to me with that question and ask me, because I won't remember it right now. I'm having problems with my hands, so I can't record that information for myself right now. I've had 2 cortisone injections today, so I can't write because my hands are numb. So if you want to know that, please write to me and let me know that.
Okay. Were the windows that were previously in your house, were they single pane windows or did they have divided light with basically the lines that go between the windows with a look of multiple panes?
Yes.
Is there a reason why you moved from having that look of a window to a single pane window?
Yes.
Could you explain to the commission why you moved from one to the other?
Is there a problem with having that look? Is that not
Normally, when we review the applications, we look for the materials to be the same look for the house. That's part of the purview of the commission, is to keep the materials and the look of the house consistent with the house that was there.
We walked the neighborhood prior to making our purchase of those windows to ensure that there were windows in the neighborhood that were similar, and we saw that there were many. In fact, there were more of those than the ones that were divided.
Do any of the commissioners have any other questions? Okay, thank you very much. Is there anybody that wants to speak against the application? All right, hearing nobody, we'll move to the next application. We have an application for 29 Lockwood Avenue. I got an email from the owner that
I'd
he was,
like to leave the meeting now, if that's okay with you, but I want to make sure that that is okay with you.
that's fine.
Thank you.
We have an application for 29 Lockwood Avenue. I was notified that the owner was not going to be able to make the meeting tonight, but they did send some materials that I can share when we go to the consideration. But is there anybody else that would want to speak on behalf of 29 Lockwood Avenue? Hearing nobody, is there anybody that would like to speak against the application for 29 Lockwood Avenue? Hearing nobody, we can move on from that. We'll leave the public comment section open for a moment to discuss the 2211 Elm Street application, simply because once we leave the public comment, the other folks that are in attendance will not be able to provide comment. I think I had sent around to all the commissioners yesterday the email that we received from the State Historic Preservation Office with a perspective on the installation of the windows that the applicant has used. Unfortunately, with the previous application we had, it was to install wood windows. And then subsequently, we found out that they were aluminum clad wood windows, which is not exactly in line with the application. So there's been a little bit of a holdup on their ability to move forward with the work.
Sorry, can I just add, the original application was just to save the original windows, not to install new wood windows. But the condition and the lead in them prevented that from happening.
I thought the application, the certificate of appropriateness application that you put forward was for the window replacement.
Oh, for the COA, I thought you meant
Yes.
for the original.
Oh, no, not for the
scope.
Just the scope
Okay.
of the conditions
I see.
of the COA.
Okay.
So we have a letter from the state deeming the aluminum clad windows to be sufficiently in line with the historic character. I just want to open it up to commissioners if they have any questions for the applicants before we move to a discussion of what to do in this case, because it's a unique case where we've approved with a stipulation and the stipulation is not entirely correct. So we have to figure out how to move forward on that.
I actually have a question. Sorry. I'm having a problem with all of my mics and touchpads have run out of their charge. So I'm like running around looking for cables. I apologize. I think the question that I have, so they're aluminum clad. Is the aluminum a color? Is it anodized? Is it paintable? I'm trying to get a sense for how these windows are going to age with the house.
George, do you want to comment on, I know that they were made custom and the color of the aluminum was selected to match the lightest color of the paint scheme that they maintained on the outside. But
Yeah,
George,
the
Aaron,
aluminum clad is anodized. There's several colors available. The owner chose like a cream or a brass, a brass color that would match the exterior colors of the house as it stands already. The age, obviously, the aging of the aluminum is going to last much longer than the original. Than the wooden parts of the window. And they basically, what we're dealing, because the house already had aluminum storm windows on it, these basically are replacing the existing aluminum storms that were put on by, I don't know who, but put on previously. And it gives basically the same look to the house because it does enclose the screen and storm window. It's an all-in-one component.
I mean, I guess.
Go ahead.
I think, well, so you've told me they're cream, they're brass, they're
off.
custom
Yes.
matched to the house. Can I just have maybe one concise answer?
Can you have what?
Like one answer? Which is it?
What do you mean one answer?
Well, the Olivia said they were cream. No, she said they were
Well,
custom matched to the
sorry,
house.
I'll just
Then
say
you said they were
I'm
cream.
I'm with the
Then
health
you said they were
department.
brass. So which is it? Because when it's anodized aluminum, I know what it looks like. Like, which is it? Because we haven't seen a picture, as far as I know. We have no, other than these windows have been
certainly-
ordered and
well,
we
you
need to
have-
put them in.
Pictures were sent 2 days after the last meeting in an email to everyone. Pictures of the window, the spec sheet on the window, the energy efficiency of the window were all sent and acknowledged that they were received by the parties that I was able to talk to. There was 4 or 5 people that were included on that email, all verified they got the information that was attached. So the pictures were included. And I don't know how I'm giving 2 answers. It's an anodized cream color aluminum.
Well, you said it was brass a minute ago. So which is it?
It was what?
You said it was brass colored a minute ago.
Black?
Brass.
Brass. I don't know how to explain it. It has the sheen to it.
Would it be helpful if I
it's
I
not
can try
brass.
and find the
It's
photo
not
that was
brass.
shared?
It's a cream color powder coated aluminum. With pictures were submitted with the other information that was requested by the commission last time.
Ryan, do you have those photos, or would it be
Yeah.
helpful if I tried to find them?
I sent
Yeah,
them.
it'd be great if someone could like share their screen and show those right now.
Yeah.
And Megan, I'll just clarify, I'm with the health department, so I'm speaking on behalf of the health department for this, not the contractor.
Okay. So do we know who the email was from? So I can try to find it here.
It would have been from me. I sent around emails following the because we got all of the information following Monday or Tuesday after our meeting that I sent around to everybody to say, here's what they have submitted.
What date do you think that was you sent that on?
The special meeting was on the 17th, I think. So it would have been not long after that.
Okay,
I'm trying to find it in my inbox.
Great.
Did you find
thank
it?
you. I haven't,
Okay.
but my email's a little slow here.
It was sent on 7/23.
Okay, yeah, I may have found it here. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah, I did look at it, but now I don't remember exactly in a couple of weeks. I'm just trying to refresh my memory. Yeah, I found it here. Thanks a lot. So these windows, even if they're not would replicate the pane structure that currently exists in the current windows, right?
We had discussed it. 1/1s are what's on the house now, and the commission agreed that we were putting 1/1s on, I believe, at the end of the last meeting, and that's exactly what we have as 1/1s.
I thought it was one of the ones on the third floor, maybe, but not in other places. I just can't remember exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
whatever picture that they gave us at the last, is this Ryan? Is that who this is?
No, that you're talking to Tony.
This is Tony Smith.
Okay. It doesn't, the pictures were sent to us by, Google Maps. I don't know who sent it. I believe it might have been Olivia. The picture was old because
Yeah.
at the time she showed them to me, I did not remember them or recognize them. And I went there the following morning because I got a bit confused. Olivia from the Stratford Health Department met me there at 9 o'clock. There are no grid windows on that entire house. Every single window is a 1/1.
Okay, thanks. It's jogging my memory. I think you did send an email about that as well right afterwards, so thank you.
Yes. Mhm.
I do have photos pulled up too, if
We
it
have
would
right now.
Oh, great, you have photos. That'd be great.
be. Yeah,
Let's,
let me, these are of the existing, windows.
thank you.
So there you can see the aluminum is mostly what you see now. And then the paint is severely defective. It's all lead based. Could share another.
Mhm. And the aluminum is the storm windows on the outside, right? And then and the wood windows are on the inside.
Yeah, that Tony, in a lot of these houses, that was sort of standard where like the original windows were just single pane. And so then at some point, like storms were added to the outside of the historic windows.
Yeah, I'm just confirming, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see the whole front of the house now?
No, I
No,
can't.
we're just looking at that, the two
Oh.
windows in the turret.
Let me try again. And so the front porch, the first floor wraparound front porch, those windows will stay.
Yeah.
It's just the
Mhm.
1/1s.
Mhm. And then the storm windows are gonna stay as well, right?
No, these
Not
new windows are replacing the storm windows, Tony.
Sorry, all right, so right now there's a wood window and that's disrepair and a storm window. The new windows are gonna take the place of both of those. Is that correct?
Yes.
What's the question? I'm
The-
sorry.
Okay, so every window has a storm window and a wood window on the inside that's in disrepair. The new windows
Correct.
will replace both of those. We'll just have one window.
So it's a single component, yes.
Got
The
it.
storm is built onto the outside of the
Got it.
1/1. And we're just looking at a cleaner, newer, of kind of what's already there.
Great,
It
thank
does
you.
have aluminum on it now, but as you can see, they're in as almost as bad a shape as the wood windows are. The clad component we're putting on there is one that we use, and I do a lot of historical homes. The window that we use almost exclusively when we run into this situation, when we have a wooden window that cannot be refurbished, and we're looking, and we try to balance the owner's responsibility to have to keep upkeep on a wooden window. They are authorized by SHPO, the State Historic Preservation Office, almost invariably. And Aaron Hatcher, who I believe is online here, recommends them in his designs and his scopes of work when we do these under lead guidelines also.
Great, thanks.
I'll just add too, I just want to make the point that, so the cost of this lead abatement project, windows and everything else that was impacted by lead is about $180,000. And this is because you need to have the work done in a certain way, because of the family living in the house, relocations required. And so I just kind of wanted to throw that number out there so you can kind of comprehend just how much work is required of this house because of lead and the children and residents and the hazards that were identified. And so we're fortunate enough now to have, funding to have covered the windows. But I can't imagine, in the future, if this were to happen to another family, it's pretty, it's costly. And normally with a lead abatement, it would likely just be vinyl windows that were, selected under certain programs. So I just wanted to throw that number out there just so you can kind of get just how many lead hazards were identified in this home.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
Does anybody have any other questions for the applicant? Is there anybody else from the general public that on the call that wishes to make any comment? Hearing none, I'll take a motion to close the public session.
I'll motion.
I'll second.
All right, all those in favor say aye or raise your hand.
Hi.
Aye.
Motion passes. The public session is closed. We'll now move on to our regular session. First order of business is to approve the minutes from the special meeting of July 17th. I will take a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Is there a
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. The minutes are approved. We'll now move on. We don't have any formal anything on the certificates. I'll take a motion to take either of the tabled items off the table.
Well, I'll move that we take 2211 off off the table.
So that one is actually, that's part of correspondence. We have to go through our tabled items first before we can get there on the agenda.
Great. That sounds good. I agree with that.
We can do 2288 if we want to bring that up and discuss.
I move we do that.
All right.
2288. Yeah.
Is there a second?
I will second.
All right. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right.
2288 is off the table. We can discuss that as a certificate of appropriateness application. As we heard from the applicant, they didn't know that they needed to go through the process. I know from their correspondence, and we talked about this at the meeting originally, that the original windows were vinyl windows that have been replaced with vinyl windows. The issue at hand is that they went from a divided light window to a single pane window. And we need to make a determination of whether or not we are okay with that. Personally,
Well, yeah, go ahead.
I've been going back and forth on this one since it's been sitting on the table for a while, as we've been waiting to get them to come and explain what was going on. We didn't get much of an explanation other than they didn't know. And
they walked the neighborhood and they thought it was okay.
yes,
Well, it may be a reasonable thing to think, but unfortunately that's not how it works. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and also too, I want to map this because there are lots of houses with divided light windows. Like, I'm not sure what houses she was looking at when she said she walked the neighborhood.
mhm,
Well, it's kind of a moot point anyway, because
Yeah.
if they'd come before us, we would have insisted that they do divided light windows like the
Yeah.
ones that we're replacing.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I think if they had come before, I agree, we would have requested that they use divided light windows. I would also say that walking the neighborhood, there are a good number of houses that, especially more current houses, and their house was built, I think, in 1989,
Yeah.
have single pane windows, not divided light windows. And I can understand why they may have thought that it would be okay. It's not okay to go forward with it without getting either a building permit or a COA, but I could see the argument for why it's not a great, a dramatic change. Personally, I'd be inclined to approve it, but I don't want to. I'm curious how other people are feeling.
I mean, I'm looking at the Google Maps view of the house with divided light windows,
Mhm,
6/6.
mhm.
in between two houses with divided light windows.
Mhm.
Um,
I mean, this is the sort of thing where I think I feel like we have to draw the line on this sort of thing.
yeah,
Um,
I'm kind of with
is
Tony,
there-
and I'm also with the fact that, like, I don't know. I don't want to reward bad behavior, basically.
I don't want to reward bad behavior. I don't know if I want to penalize to the extent of something that's less egregious than some of the other things that we've dealt with, where people have done work that completely changed the character of and the structure of a house.
I feel like in several cases in the past, we've exactly done that. People had to redo a lot of
yeah.
work.
Right. No, we
Yeah,
have. Those were
oh.
very dramatic changes to the house.
Right.
This is still using the same
Oh.
materials. So it was a
Mhm.
vinyl window being replaced with a vinyl window versus
Yep.
a wood window being replaced with
Yeah,
a
I know, I
vinyl
get
window.
that.
Yeah, much, I would.
But then,
Go
but
ahead.
then we're basically
We're
saying
basically
that
saying that then you don't have to actually, if you want to replace your windows.
you don't have to come to the commission.
Right.
Well, yeah, we're basically saying it's fine to replace divided light with non-divided light windows. We're just
And
saying that's fine.
and
We're
I
not saying
hear,
it's fine to change materials, but we are saying that's fine. So personally,
so
I'm sure we should be fine with that.
Tony, I feel like I want to add on to that, in that when someone comes before the commission and says, I don't know much about windows, and then doesn't want to say anything else, I have a feeling she knows more than she thinks she does. That to me was a
I mean,
little evasive.
well, okay, that's fine, but I mean,
No, but like don't come and lie and say I don't know.
well, I have no idea if she's lying or not, but it's true that she didn't follow the proper procedures,
Yeah.
which it's on the burden is really on the homeowner to know the proper procedures, honestly. So, and then we wouldn't have approved this if they'd come before us. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
All right, well, that's my, I think, Megan and I have said our
We
pieces
said our
here.
piece.
Yeah, and Ryan is too, so.
Reverend Atkins, do you have anything you want to share?
No, I agree with them. I agree with Meg, so.
All right. I will entertain a motion from a member.
I would motion that we do not allow this to go forward. That we require the homeowner to figure out how to either add divisions to her windows, or that the windows be replaced with what was there, which was divided light windows 6/6. They can be vinyl, as you know, to replace what she had, but I think that she has to replace the divided lights.
I'll second the motion.
Okay.
So the motion is to deny. So if we vote yes, that's denying.
Correct.
Yes,
Okay.
the motion is to deny.
Okay.
Is there any other further discussion?
Ryan, do you have any other strong opinions?
I just don't know if I feel like this is as egregious as some of the others where we've required people to go back and change and undo work that they've done.
Where do you think the line should be drawn in terms of
Material.
like amount of egregiousness?
Well,
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
say the material construction of the components that are being replaced. I think we've done this where people have changed siding from wood siding to vinyl siding. We've done it where we have had people completely remove windows from walls. But I'm
Right.
not sure if the divided light versus single pane is something that would warrant complete removal and replacement. That's where I'm struggling. I think that's would it have been better for them to come before us ahead of time and be told what to do? yes.
Like,
But
I wish we could slap her on the hand and say, no, you gotta pay something. But there's no in between.
right,
I mean, can we, well, we could take a vote. We could also, I mean, could we make a motion to approve with the note that the commission was under, like, the commission did not agree with the homeowner's decision, but due to like financial duress, went ahead with it anyways? Do we have any clause like that?
I mean, we could approve with a stipulation. I mean, I don't know what this, I mean, maybe this, I guess we could approve, I don't know if we can approve it with a stipulation that they formally apologize for not following the guidelines, and
Yeah, but
I would need to check with town council to see what the latitude is with the stipulation. Typically, the stipulation is approval with that, but with something that they will or will not do. But yes, I mean, I think we could also approve it with a note in the minutes that this was approved. But it was not something that we would typically approve, and we did it for the sake of.
yeah, I mean, I think the other issue is that, like, as Tony said, like, you don't want to set a precedent that people don't have to adhere, right? And I don't want her to then say to a neighbor, oh, well, we did it and it was okay. Don't worry about it. You do it.
No,
Because we all talk.
I am a big believer in precedent, and
Right.
that's where I'm struggling, because
Yeah,
I'm torn between the two. And
Yeah.
I think that, and I do believe that if we had voted, or if it had been brought to us ahead of time, that we would have
We
required
wouldn't
them.
have, yeah, I agree.
The other thing that I do need to check with the town, well, yeah. So
Do we want to table this until you check with the town? Knowing that,
that's gonna delay it another month, and I mean, I'd rather do that because we're also at a point where this application has been tabled for several months now, and I need to find out what we even have as our recourse. So but we have a motion on the table right now, so, or we have a motion to
Well, I
deny.
think it'd be good to vote on, but table it because you don't know what the legal aspects of it. So
Yeah.
if you pass this one, who knows what gonna come up down the pike?
Yeah. in terms
can I
of-
can I rescind my motion, and make a motion to retable it?
I think we have a motion that has to be, well, we have to play out the motion, I think, before. we
Okay.
can- So I'll call a vote, and we can vote no to make the motion fail, if we want to table it. So
Oh, Rogers.
I will take a vote on the motion. All those in favor say aye.
aye.
All those opposed say no. No. Well, now we have if we have a roll call vote. Meg, did we lose you, or are you
Oh,
going?
no, sorry, I said no.
Okay. And then
Okay.
you said no.
Okay,
Reverend Atkins, did you say yes or no?
I'm sorry,
did
I'm in
you-
Georgia, so I kind
Oh,
of
okay.
missed part of it.
Did you vote to pass the motion to deny it, or did you vote no so we could table it?
Me?
No,
Uh,
the
I
Reverend.
guess deny it to table it, right? I
Okay,
guess that's
yes.
what we're looking at.
So the motion fails. I'll take a motion to table the application again.
I'll make a motion to table.
Okay, seconded by Reverend Atkins. All those in
Okay.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ryan, you're gonna find
Sure.
out what legs we have to stand on, and
Yes. Yes, I will. And I'll report back this next
okay.
week. All right. We have 29 Lockwood Avenue. I did get a photo of the plan I could share. I got it right before this call. I could share my screen if people want to see what
great, please.
they're planning on
Are you
doing.
voting to take that one off the table?
Oh, sorry, we need a motion to take that
Thanks,
up. Yes, thank
Mio.
you.
So
Motion to
moved.
take Lockwood off the table.
All right, make a motion.
Second,
by Commissioner Booth and seconded by Commissioner Smith. All those in favor?
Aye.
I,
All right, so now we can go to this house. I'm gonna
ugh,
screen. I've got a couple of pictures that I can share. All right, hold on, let me share my screen. You're gonna be incredibly blown away by the technical nature of the drawing. Can you tell me when you see it?
nope.
Not yet. There we see it. All right, remember this, yeah. So can you remind us what was I remember this case, what was the issue that we were concerned about?
So they're looking to there's an existing fence around the property.
Yeah, I
here
remember
and
this,
here,
yeah.
And
Mhm.
they are looking to install some fencing on to the left of the house to the existing fence and then behind the house up along the back. The fence, and I can share a different picture.
Wait, this is the fence that's currently there? The
The
white
fence-
vinyl fence?
The fence is in the back and on the side.
Yep. I'm looking at Street View.
So they're looking to do a connection to that side fence and then towards the back to the rear, have it go over to the right and back to the fence.
This is the case that we reviewed previously once.
Yes, and they didn't have the site map. They also
Right.
shared with
Oh,
me,
yeah.
this is what the fence will look like. So it's a more sturdy vinyl fence. It's not sort of a flimsy vinyl fence. The existing fence is vinyl as well. It'll be in white,
Okay, as is the existing.
correct? This is just a description here of the fence itself. I have no problem with this. There's an existing fence there. This is just completing the fence in certain areas to give them a secure backyard.
I'm okay with this. Ryan, I don't see the screen or the drawing that you were talking about.
I saw it,
This one
just for the
here,
record.
Oh, oh, wow. Okay.
where they're gonna be putting a gate in over here, and over there.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah, looks good to me as well.
All right, then I'll stop sharing my screen and we can take a motion on this matter.
I move that we approve.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Booth. All those in favor? Aye.
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 All right, the motion passes. The fence is approved for 29 Lockwood. Now we can move to the correspondence we got for 2211 Elm Street. So here's the situation we're in right now. We approved the installation of the windows, the 1/1 windows, and with the expectation that they were wood. But we stipulated that they needed to share the construction of the specific windows prior to being able to move forward. So in the days after our meeting, we got an email with the photos and the specs on the windows, and it turned out that they were aluminum clad wood windows. The town Department of Health reached out to the State Historic Preservation Office because they had previously told them that that the windows were okay to move forward with. And we got the letter that I shared with the commission from them. I did have a subsequent follow-up with them to better understand the rationale for why aluminum clad wood windows would still be considered
Wood windows. Yeah.
because I was a bit surprised at that. And I think I shared that correspondence with everybody as well, but I'm happy to
Yeah.
share the screen. Look, they're very clear, and Morena from the State Historic Preservation Office was clear that they operate differently than our commission. That they do not oversee us. They know that we're looking at things a bit differently, but their view was that the windows were still going to be, primarily constructed of wood, were matched the dimension and the configuration of the existing, still kept the setting, design, feeling, and association in line with the property, and felt that it was actually a fine window. We haven't had an aluminum clad wood window come before the commission, I think because they are rather expensive and most people opt for other options. And we have approved composite wood windows. So with the State Historic Preservation Office signing off on it, I'm relatively okay with this. But the bigger challenge that we have, if we are all in agreement with that, is how we proceed forward. Because we had an application for wood windows. We did not have an application for aluminum clad wood windows. We approved them as wood windows. And so I want to be careful that we don't run into a situation where in the future, we give somebody an approval for wood and they then go and use a different type of window. And they point to how we didn't enforce it in this situation. One
Right.
thought I had is that we can give tacit approval to move forward if we're in agreement that we would approve a window like this, and simply ask them to reapply, but allow the work to proceed now, because I know that the family is living in basically a house bubble. All the windows are sealed. They don't have air conditioning because of that, and it's rather hot in the house.
I think yeah.
I actually I'm okay with this. The windows do look really nice.
Mhm.
I guess my question is when we approve the windows as wood,
Mhm.
what were we approving as a storm window? Or were we not approving a storm window to go outside of it?
We didn't approve. I don't think we had storm windows on the list. It's
Okay,
just-
because like they had storm windows there, right? So the way like looking at it, it's like so basically it's the same thing because you have a aluminum
Yeah.
clad storm window versus an aluminum clad all in one window with wood on the
Right.
inside, right?
Yes,
Um
it's a fair way to think about it.
that's sort of how I'm at least in my head imagining it, but I'm going like, well, what did we approve to begin with? What did we approve storms? Were they not going to put storms on? Like, was there a disconnect? Did they not think about it? Did the contractor not think about it? Does it even matter? You know?
I mean, if they were to replace the windows and put the old storm windows back on, or that would be fine as well, because that was an existing feature of the house. So
Right.
or if they choose to remove it because they don't need them, I don't know.
Yeah, I think your compromise a very reasonable one, and I fully support it. I mean, it's a little bit awkward that we're kind of giving tacit approval and you apply later, but I don't have a problem with that, especially in light of the health circumstances.
And we have
Yeah,
done that.
because I agree they should do a reapplication. Oh, we have. Okay, I think it's fine. I think
Yeah.
We've given
we don't have to be so rigid.
we
Yeah.
gave a tacit approval in instances, for instance, there was a house where a tree fell on the roof and they needed to replace the roof. We weren't going to make them wait until the next meeting
Got it.
to move forward with the roof replacement, but they still had to go through the process.
That's perfect. That's a very similar, in a way, it's a very similar circumstance.
Yeah. Let's call it an extraordinary circumstance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think we need to necessarily take a vote. I'd be happy to entertain, if somebody wanted to make a motion to do this, we can, but I don't know if we need a motion. But since we do have folks on the call, I just want to make sure they know that they will need to put in a new application for the windows that are actually going to be used. And just to note, when they do the application, to be very specific, they now know to put the name of the window and the description of it. But if we're good with this, I'd be very happy to.
Yeah, let me just add to that we do have like complete description of the windows now.
Yes.
So I mean, we kind of know what the application is going to have in it, and
Yeah.
so yeah. Okay, I'm good with that.
I'm good with saying like, let's keep it tacit. We all nod and we
Mhm.
proceed.
Yeah, good, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Last, let me pull up our agenda. I think we have only a few more things to cover unless there's anything else people want to talk about 2211.
What,
Um,
Olivia, did you get that?
Yeah, sorry, can I just ask a clarifying question?
Sure, yes.
So the application, is that what's on Viewpoint? Do they resubmit it on Viewpoint or is it just sent to you?
No, it goes back into the system. So go online to the online
Okay,
portal, go and put a formal application in and all that, and we'll, at our next meeting, we'll go through we'll formalize it, but they can
Okay.
move forward with the work, because I know it's timely and we need to get that going.
okay, all right, thank you for your time,
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Let's see, we have no old business. On the new business front, the only thing I'd bring up, I sent around to everybody the email from our esteemed former chair, Mr. Yam, just raising our awareness of the fact that the Benjamin House, or the White House as it's called in the Shakespeare Park, is under the purview of the Historic District Commission. While it's actually sits outside the physical line of the district, there was a move several years ago to have that incorporated into the historic district. And as such, he just wanted to make sure that we were aware of the potential changes or work that may be done on the house, and to make sure that we were putting out putting out the feelers so that building permits aren't, and work isn't done where we need to be brought in retroactively. I don't think there's anything for us to necessarily do, but wanted to make sure everybody saw that and was aware.
Is there like a point person for that building? Is there, I mean, is there an owner? Is there like, should we drop something in their mailbox?
I don't know. I think it's under the purview of the town.
Okay.
I was going to reach out to the building department and just put a bug in their ears, so that if and when they hear of anything, building permits would have to be pulled regardless.
Yeah.
Even for town property, that they remember that it's part of the Historic Commission and that we are brought into the process. I mean,
Surely the town is going to follow the proper procedures. I guess, I mean.
You'd think.
Surely they're going to, Tony.
Well,
of
in any
course.
case,
when they install sidewalks in a neighborhood, they would make sure to check with the Historic Commission.
well, yes, okay. Well, anyway, I would encourage our chair to remind the town. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
With that, I think we are done with the agenda, unless anybody else has any other new business to bring up. Otherwise, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Hi.
All right.
Are
Bye-bye.
adjourned. Thank you all for your
Thanks.
service, and have a great rest of your summer.
One
You
moment.
too.
Yes.
Oh.
Let me just stop recording here.